Alright, we're in the final match here, and this is a keep. Bishop Soldier, okay. So they have a vampire, so we'll offer the trade with our 2-drop. Because theirs is superior currently. Hammer Skull's a good card. Alright, so they're going to play it patient, which is fine. We're probably going to Depths of Desire. Yeah, I think that's ultimately what we want to do here. Because I can bounce the... It's a little bit of a tempo play. Maybe even lets us get our Dreadnought next turn, which might be good. So we'll bounce the dinosaur that taps, get a treasure. Offer the trade. Sure. So Windstrider hopefully can do some work against this Hammer Skull. This might end up being a really big play for us, depending on what the 3 cards in their hand are, so we'll find out. Alright. So if all goes our way, we'll get to eat this Hammer Skull. Okay. So they got us. Having both our 1 with the winds is pretty awkward too, unfortunately. Alright, so and now I think we just play the Dreadnought. What this allows us to do is draw a creature and have a blocker even with the Hammer Skull. So that's a nice thing. Pretty awkward hand on our part. A search for a Azcanta that we haven't played yet, 2-1 with the winds with no creatures out. Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Okay, so they do have a flyer. So, alright, play search for Azcanta and pass. And basically need a creature next turn or we're going to die. So far this does seem like a winnable match, but we're going to actually have to draw some things here. So the match that we won, we drew pretty well. Like, we drew basically how we wanted our deck to, how kind of I envisioned our deck drawing, but we really haven't managed to do that any other game. So I'm not sure if that's like a consistency issue or an unlucky issue or what exactly is going on, but not super pleased with the deck. Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard. And we get an apprentice. So if I go 3, 5, 7. So we'll just play the apprentice and pass. And maybe they'll play around something. Because we do have a pretty good block here. Nope, not really afraid. But thankfully our vehicle does actually play pretty well around the hammer skull. But unfortunately we're still very dead. So we get to eat your 5 dude. And if I had a bounce spell, I'd get you pretty good here. But I don't. Alright, so we're playing against Boros dinosaurs. And could do cancel. Maybe there's some expensive stuff, but they seem pretty aggressive actually. I like the Dreadnought still. Maybe we want this. Do I want bigger things? I mean, we haven't actually seen Melody yet, which is kind of the story of my life. Of any time I open a rare I'm interested in, don't see it. I don't know. I really do feel like we can win this one because we have the tempo cards. We have the bounce for their expensive stuff. I think we just really got an awkward set of cards there ultimately. So probably just run it back. Try this again. Yeah, we'll play first. Okay, looks good to me. Oh yeah, we have Run Aground in our deck too. I wanted to try that card. I think it's good. Alright, so we get to go Apprentice into Weaver, which is actually pretty good too. Hopefully get some pretty good tempo going here. Yeah, what's the knight do? 2/2, and it gets... So there's Boros dinosaurs. That's a cool little archetype, I think. So we'll play the Weaver here, get our tempo going. Next turn we can pump our flyer, which is pretty good too. Okay, this is awkward because they left up the thing that deals 2 damage. But, oh, well, there's a way to play around it. We'll do that on our Jade Guardian. Okay. I think that means we're just going to swing for 4. And then we'll play the Guardian, and it's going to pump itself. And we're going to one with the wind at next turn. Okay. So we should have them on a 2-turn clock here. Keeping all their guys back is great news, too. Definitely like that a lot. Yeah, so we get to go one with the wind on our hexproofer. Get in for 7 flying and pass. So during their next upkeep, we can run aground the Thrash of Raptors, and we can do that during their upkeep, and then they just draw it, so then they don't even have access to another card to look at. Okay, so they get to explore, but it looks like they're probably just dead because they can't deal enough damage. Okay. Well, at least I am happy that we're getting to do this hexproof one with the wind a little bit. At least we got to do it once, because I think that is really powerful. 5/5 flying hexproof is tough to beat. Unfortunately, oh yeah, I should have. I don't think this card is good. I should have taken it out. I forgot about that. Somehow we won match 2 without me taking it out, though. Maybe I did take it out and I forgot. I honestly can't remember. We haven't seen any flyers from them, have we? Yeah, we saw the dinosaur-related one, but that doesn't seem worth it to bring it in for that. So we either bring in a Daggertooth or a Ceratops, I think. But that's probably it. So Ceratops 4/4 that can block 2 things, which is not bad, or Daggertooth 3-drop that can gain us life, but trades down, unfortunately, with their 2 drops. So I'm not as in love with the Daggertooth here, but it does gain life, which buys us some time. And I guess it trades with their 5/3 trample, so okay, we'll bring that in. So, yeah, I mean, our deck is good when we get, like, the hexproof. We have some, like, safe, powerful plays in here. All right, I mean, we can, maybe we just have been getting a weird mix of cards. Because, I mean, we do have powerful cards in here. The Branchwalker, like I said, is one of the more powerful 2-drops, I think. That's a really powerful Explorer. Get Johnny's Collar. Uh-oh. It's a pretty good turn 1 play. Okay. Play our Branchwalker here. Actually, our hexproof guys are going to be good against that guy too. So got to land off the top, which is acceptable. Still makes Explore pretty good. Nest Robber, okay. So they're aggroing in, but they did miss a land drop, it would appear, so that's good news for us. If we can hold out long enough here, we should be okay. So hopefully this Daggertooth next turn does some good things for us. And once again, I think the Dreadnought is very good against the Hammer Skull. But they have 4 spells in hand, which is also relevant. So if they have the 1 damage, or 1 mana, 2 damage to attacker blocker, I guess we're in a little bit of trouble. But, oh, no, I guess, you know what's nice? Is they deal damage to it, so we actually gain life. That actually is kind of good. So if they kill her, at least they were, like, getting some life out of the deal, which is good since they're trying to, you know, aggro us down or whatever. Alright, so we'll offer the trade here. Okay, that's cool. So we'll swing with our dagger dude and play a hexproofer 3/3. Four mana 3/3 hexproof, like I said, is actually just good. Like, you play that outside of Merfolk, I still think a 4 mana 3/3 hexproof is strong. That is a tough card too. I mean, you can't interact with it. Your opponent, rather, can't interact with it, so that's pretty good. So that's interesting. They're attacking into something that they can't tap down. So what was it they showed us? What were the buff spells they showed us? I don't know. I'm gonna play around it though. I have a little bit of a concern here. That attack doesn't make sense unless they have something, and I feel like I might still be in a position to do something. So let's see here. We can play the Dreadnought now, or we can smash for 6. Well, we can do both, can't we? Alright, let's smash for 6. Because I'm curious what they have here. Oh yeah. So, if only I had a... well, if they block the 3, we can gain 2 life, which I guess is not bad. But they'd rather take 3. Alright, so I guess now we... I think we play the Dreadnought, because then next turn I can go Apprentice Guardian, which I think is better. I forgot what the buff spell was that they had. So I guess if I had made them do it on their turn, it would have been better for me. I wouldn't have taken damage. But I wasn't sure exactly. I'd forgotten about that from game 1. This is a good card, though. I think Rallying Roar is a legitimately good card. Shaper of Nature is good, too. Jeez. Alright, let's go. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll go Apprentice first. And then we're going to crew our Dreadnought. And we're going to attack for 7. Okay, and then we play a Jade Guardian. Make use of that mana. And we're actually going to buff our flyer. Yeah. Because now we don't care about the Hammer Skull, we have the Dreadnought. 2 damage to each thing. Well, that's unfortunate for us. It's the second time I've gotten blown out by that. So we went from looking really good to really bad really quickly. I mean, I guess we saw the Dreadnought, which is good. And they didn't have a follow-up play, which is good, but they presumably have a lot of goodies in their hand there. This at least threatens lethal to them next turn. And maybe if we rip a creature, we can be in even better shape, potentially. I do like this Fiery Cannonade a lot. It's a good card. Instant speed. You can kind of build around it. With the Hammer Skull, for example. I mean, we've gotten burned by that. We got burned bad by that card. In the same way, too. With our Jade Guardians, so it's pretty harsh. It's definitely harsh. Search for Azconta. Alright, so let's go crew. Smash. Alright, so we can remove a counter from this to draw. And then play search. And maybe I should have left up 4 actually. Because now that I haven't left up 4 mana, they can burn this. So that might have been, I think it would have been smarter ultimately, because now it's a lightning strike away from getting hit there. But this might, yeah, they're tapped out, so I assume we're fine. We're just going to what do we got? No, we can draw that. Seems fine. Alright, so we go one with the wind here, pump itself, and that should do it. Alright, happy to go 2-1, quite frankly. Happy to go 2-1 with this deck. I had some issues, but maybe it was more like we weren't seeing our stronger cards. Like we literally saw 0 Entrancing Melody, 3 matches, 2 of which went to game 3, or did they go to? I think 2 of them went to game 3, and we saw this 0 times. That's crazy. We saw Shapers of Nature once, so our 2 most powerful cards we saw a grand total of 1 time in 3 matches, which is very bad. Search for Azcanta played well. I really like this card a lot. I kind of like the cannon too. It's clunky. There's a quick format, so I'm not 100% on how good it is yet, but if you can stabilize, this will pick your opponent's little army apart. Alright, I guess that's all I've got for you guys, so nice little intro to this format. Obviously, we're going to have a million more of these drafts over the next coming weeks, so thanks so much. We'll see you soon.